Hello, everybody. I'm Francesca Gimigliano. I'm the current president of the International Society of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine, and I'm super excited today because we have this year for the first time the International Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine Day. I'm very excited to be here with Tawab. Dr. Tawab Khalil is the chair of our communication committee. I take the occasion to thank him and all the chairs of the different ISPRM groups for working so hard to strengthening PRM worldwide and to support the International Society of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine. Tawab, can you present yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Dr. Tawab Khalil from Pakistan, and I'm currently the co-chair of ISPRM Communication Committee. And I am myself, I'm a fourth-year resident in Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine from Pakistan, and I am today actually very excited to celebrate this first ever International PRM Day with you all guys here. So welcome. I want to welcome you all formally, and I would like to ask you guys to just write down your name on the chat with your country from where you are so that we know how many people we have with us today to celebrate this and where are you from actually. Yeah, that would be great. And we have a very excited 15 to 20 minutes, live stream session that we have planned ahead for you guys. And we actually have a very good surprise for you as well, I think. So Francesca, would you go ahead with the surprise? Tell them what
Okay.
the surprise is. Yeah.
So Tawaba had a wonderful idea. We decided to ask you a question, and if you reply well to the question, all those who will reply well to the question, one person will be selected to receive the free ultrasound course at the next ISPRM Congress in Sydney in June. So Tawab, would you say the
Yeah,
question?
before I would go with the question, I would like to emphasize the importance of this price. Okay, this is a $500 workshop, right? And you are going to get that for free. So all the residents out there and all the PRM physicians, I want you to just get hold of your mobile phone and start typing the answer to the question that I'm going to ask you in about a few seconds, and write down the right answer. And randomly, out of all of the people who will give the right answer, we will select one person, and this one lucky person will get free access to our workshop that is going to occur in ISPRM 2024 in Sydney in coming years. So this is happening for the very first time over here. So guys, you have to be ready. Just have your mobile phones, and so I will start with the question. So the question is, I think, relatively you would have to search it out, or maybe some of you might know it. But the question is, who was the first president of International Society of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation? So you guys have around like 10 to 15 seconds to think about the answer. I would repeat the question: that who was the first president of International Society for Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation? And I think now would be time that you people should start typing in your answers so that we can select one lucky person who will get the chance to attend a $500 workshop totally for free. That is on the house. Francesca has been very generous today.
It's not me, it's ISPRM.
Yeah, ISPRM has been very generous today. So avail this opportunity while you can.
I think that this is a very important course that ISPRM is supporting, and ultrasound is part of the core curriculum of every PRM physician. The ultrasound course has been organized for a few years now and has been very successful. So, I mean, I'm very happy that we can offer this as a reward to one of the person that are watching now the live streaming. So we will announce the winner at the end of our short conversation about the importance of this day today. So, Tawab and I were speaking about why we decided as ISPRM to set up for the first time an international day for physical and rehabilitation medicine. And the main reason is that there is still a great need for advocacy for physical and rehabilitation medicine. We know as a PRM physician that not everybody knows what we do. Tawab was telling me that sometimes he's asked by patients, what does he do? Which is your answer?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, the commonest question that I get from even my relatives, I mean, I have tell my parent what the specialties when I was about to choose physical and rehabilitation medicine as my specialty. So what I normally tell the people is that I am a doctor of your function, all right, irrespective of your body system or irrespective of your disease, I am a doctor of your function. If there is any issue that you are facing in performing a certain function of your life, I am the go-to guy. You have to come to me and I will help you out with that.
I like your description. Very easy and very straightforward. Because many people just think that we have to work with people with disability, but in actually the scope of physical rehabilitation medicine is quite broader because we, as Tawab was saying, work with a person in any condition that experience in a moment of his life any loss of functioning. And the recent publication on the Lancet that was led by the WHO actually estimated that one in 3 people worldwide might experience a condition of loss in functioning that might require rehabilitation. So it's more common that people can think. And this year it's particularly important because it's marking the year where the first ever resolution on rehabilitation was approved by the WHO. We have a
Yeah.
picture that maybe our Andrea, our social media manager, can put on. And we have also a QR code that maybe you can show. Send the video. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, and this has been a very exciting year for the specialty of PRM because
Decision is approved.
The moment approved the resolution, I mean, we were really there crying for that.
yeah, I
And
mean,
sorry,
ho-
Tawam. Andrea, maybe you can show the QR code where you
yeah.
can download the resolution from. No?
So
Okay, this is the
Professor
QR.
Francesca was there for this, I mean, moment in history. I mean, she witnessed it herself, and she and ISPRM has worked so hard for that. So, I mean, how did it feel to be just in that room when they said it is approved? I mean, that must have felt amazing.
I mean, it's. I
So,
was so excited. I was so emotional. I'm even emotional now when I'm speaking with you. To be honest, as I say, I'm so lucky to be the president of ISPRM in this year, in this specific year, because there is so much that we can do for advancing physical rehabilitation medicine, considering that this resolution has been approved. And we have worked so hard. As I said soon after the resolution was approved, I would like to really thank the work of all the people that work in rehabilitation every day, of all the stakeholders in rehabilitation, of all the healthcare professionals in rehabilitation, not just the physical rehabilitation medicine physicians, but everybody, because this is the result of our daily work, honestly. And this is an instrument, such a powerful instrument that we need to use to make sure that rehabilitation is strengthened worldwide. Unfortunately, as you know, there are countries where rehabilitation does not exist. There are countries where rehabilitation is not embedded in the health systems and is an out-of-pocket expense for the people, and this cannot be in the future, because rehabilitation needs to gain the full universal health coverage, and we need to make sure that all the people worldwide can actually access for a PRM consultation for rehabilitation. There are many countries, unfortunately, where there are no PRM physician, zero PRM physician. And my personal vision is of a future where there is at least a PRM professor in any university with a medical school, so that all the medical students can be exposed to physical and rehabilitation medicine and can decide, as I few years ago and Tawab more recently, to go for a career in rehabilitation. Maybe I can ask you, why did you decide to start your career in physical and rehabilitation medicine?
Yeah, actually, during our undergraduate years in here in Pakistan, so I was lucky, I would say, because I was studying in that medical college where we used to get a 3 weeks rotation in the Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine department of our medical college. And I mean, I had, I just at that time I knew, okay, this is some specialty that is out there, and there are some really cool guys in that who really take care of the patients, and their patients love these doctors. I mean, because I mean, I saw patients literally, saying, I mean, that was a very good rotation that I had. And then, I mean, then I came to my final year of my medical college. Unfortunately, my mother got diagnosed with terminal cancer at that time. It was unfortunately incurable. But what I felt at that time was that, because as a family and for my mother as well, at that time it was important for her to function better as a human on those last few months. But unfortunately there was no physician. I did not have the access to any physician who would talk about it. People or doctors would just tell me that, okay, this is stage 4, we cannot do anything, we have to do palliative care, etc. I knew that already. And what was important for us as a family was that we can just help her a bit, to improve her function. And then later on, I came to know that there is a specialty which is specifically working on that very thing, irrespective of the diagnosis, irrespective of the disease of the patient. There are physicians who are actually working to improve the functionality of the people and helping them to better function in their family, in their community. And I think that was the driving force which led me choose this specialty. And I mean, I think it was one of the best decisions that I made in my life.
Thank you for sharing your experience. And I have to say that this is also the reason why I approached the physical and rehabilitation medicine, because there is always a way to improve the functioning and the quality of life of your patient. I mean, regardless of the diagnosis and of the prognosis of the patient, like you said about your mother, I'm very sorry about that. But I mean, we can still improve the quality of life even in a very bad situation.
Yeah,
So
I mean, even in the worst of the situations, a PRM physician can, show some light and can improve function. I mean, you can always improve the functionality of the patient. I mean, that is what I have. I mean, my key message is right now that you can always improve the function of the patient. And speaking of this amazing, landmark resolution, there is another thing that I would like to share. During our undergraduate year, we were taught that rehabilitation is a part of a tertiary care hospital, all right? But now with this resolution in hand, this resolution actually forces or actually directs the member states to include rehabilitation in the primary care as well. And it is, I think, very important for the lower and lower middle income countries like Pakistan, where there is no concept of physical and rehabilitation medicine in the primary care setups as well, because it is at times thought of as a sort of a very high end specialty where you can have this only in tertiary care hospitals and not in the primary care uh, healthcare settings. But now we know, and we have a backing from WHO as well, that this is the specialty that we have to like work from the ground up, and then we have to go into the community as well. And a good integration of a community rehabilitation in the society is quite essential, and we know that by now. And that is being emphasized and acknowledged by WHO as well. And that means a lot for, I think, especially for the policymakers all around the world, and especially for the lower middle income countries and lower middle income countries, because whenever we have a discussion with our policymakers, they always want to spend their money on cardiology, on neurology, and they always keep on asking us, why should we spend on rehabilitation medicine? I mean, there are no goals. For example, there are goals to eradicate tuberculosis, etc., etc. But now we have a very good document, a very, I think, powerful document with us, which we can present to the policymakers and tell them, okay, now you have to work on that as well.
Thank you, Tayab, for underlying this concept, which is very important, because rehabilitation is now as not to be seen as a service for the few, a very specialized service, but it's a service for all. I mean, 1 in 3 people would need rehabilitation in their life, so it's a huge amount of people. And it's important that rehabilitation is embedded in the health system along the continuum of care, so from primary to tertiary care. And it's also very important that the workforce for rehabilitation is educated and trained in the best way to make sure that we can provide rehabilitation along the continuum of care of the patients. So thank you very much for underlining this important point. And are there any questions from the audience?
Yeah, if you have any questions, or even if you want to make a comment, just go ahead with that. We will address that as well. And rehabilitation, PRM has come a long way, since its inception back in, I guess, the World Wars, but there are still some challenges, right? So what are some of the challenges that you face in advocating for this specialty and for your patients? I mean, I would like to know that.
I mean, we come from 2 very different countries, and though we both face the same stress in trying to understand policymakers why rehabilitation is so important. And this is probably the challenges and the main challenge in many countries. The other thing that I see is that there is still a lack of awareness among the other physicians about rehabilitation. So sometimes the other physicians does not have enough knowledge on rehabilitation, does not know that they might refer their patients to rehabilitation for improving their quality of life, their patients' quality of life. And it's very important that we really advocate for rehabilitation, and in particular, the mission of ISPRM is, of course, advocating for physical and rehabilitation medicine to make sure that whole people can access to rehabilitation and can be referred to rehabilitation if needed. I mean, this is probably the main challenge that we are trying to face within ISPRM through several ISPRM groups and committees. The future, I see a bright future for physical and rehabilitation medicine. And I see a bright future because we have also for ISPRM, because we have people as Tawab, but there is all the people in the ISPRM Young Forum, for example, that they are doing really great. And I'm very proud of leading this society, because there are so many people that really care about physical rehabilitation medicine and really care about the International Society of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine. But we really need to work a lot and hard to make sure that physical rehabilitation medicine is seen by the policymakers as an important specialty. We have to we know that rehabilitation is one of the health strategies. So I mean, we have a dedicated health strategy. So it's really important that we strengthen rehabilitation as an health strategy. And and we need to develop core curriculums for university where there are no core curricula. And for example, the ISPRM Education Committee has developed a core curriculum for physical and rehabilitation medicine and all the specialists, and also core curriculum for medical students on physical rehabilitation medicine. So in those universities where there is no curriculum on physical rehabilitation medicine, they could start looking at the core curriculum of the ISPRM. I see that we have some
Yeah,
questions.
we have very interesting questions, So I'm sorry I missed the name, but they asked that do we have an international, program where we can sort of exchange PRM residents for training?
Oh, it's yes, this is a very important question that comes from Dr. Maria Amparo Martinez Azucena, who is actually one of the chairs of ISPRM committees, and she's the chair of the International Exchange Committee, which is one of the key committee in ISPRM because it's a committee that has created a sort of networking among the training facilities. So as a young physician specializing in physical rehabilitation medicine, or a young specialist in physical rehabilitation medicine, you can get in contact with the committee to if you're looking for training on something very specific elsewhere, for any training exchange program. So this is one of the services that we can offer as ISPRM. Thank you for raising the question.
Yeah, and to access that committee, you can just go to the webpage of ISPRM. Its web address will be displayed right about now, and then you can go there, look out for the groups, and join any group. And I think I will now take the chance to urge you all, if you are not a member of ISPRM yet, just go and join. This is a very amazing society, and what I love about it is that there is a sort of feeling of a family. We all are after one goal, that is we have to make the word PRM, the specialty of physical and rehabilitation medicine, a very common word, a household name, right? So that everyone knows what the specialty is, and the patient should know when he should directly go and come see a PRM physician. So, and then we had another very important, very interesting question, that do we have any international logo for this specialty?
We have the logo of ISPRM. I don't think we have. We can use the ISPRM logo to identify our specialty. And as you read in the question, the colleague called the specialty physiatry. You were calling it physical medicine and rehabilitation. Unfortunately, there is not a unique name for physical and rehabilitation medicine. We have started a conversation in ISPRM to globally uniform the name of the specialty, to also reinforce somehow the branding of the specialty in physical rehabilitation medicine. So as ISPRM president, I will always speak about physical rehabilitation medicine, but we know that in different countries it's called in a different way. I'm also announcing something that will happen in the next week. We will send out a call to have an anthem for ISPRM, so that we will sing all together this anthem at the beginning and the end of each of our congresses, so that we can brand even more ISPRM. And I invite all the musicians that are in our society to propose the music and the words for this anthem. There will be a sort of competition, and the three finalists will have the chance to present it in Sydney, and we'll have the free registration, of course, for the Congress in Sydney. Something else that you said, Mohamed Tawab, brought me the idea to remind that all PRM physicians can be part of ISPRM through their national society. So, for example, I'm a member of ISPRM through the SINFR, which is the Italian Society of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine. But if you come from a country where there is no national society, you can become an individual member of ISPRM as well, and be part of the activities of ISPRM. And even if you are not a PRM physician, you can still become a member of ISPRM. You would become an associate member of ISPRM and contribute to the work of ISPRM in the different ISPRM groups.
And speaking of Sydney, so I would like to just give a reminder regarding the upcoming conference of International Society of PRM, which is going to be held in Sydney in the June of 2024. So every year, all
June
the PRM physicians from the world.
2 to 6.
Sorry?
June 2 to 6. 2024, June 2nd to...
Yeah, from 2nd to 6th June 2024 in Sydney in the coming year. And I mean, this is a very amazing opportunity where all the PRM physicians from all around the world, we come together, we celebrate the specialty, we share the knowledge, and we interact with each other. And it is always amazing to listen to other people and their struggles and how have they come up with the solutions from in their context. So ISPRM, the World Congress of ISPRM is an amazing opportunity. So I would like you all to go and check out its website. It's abstract I mean, you can submit your abstracts for poster or paper presentation. The call is right now open. And for early bird registration, you can just go and do that as well if you want to avail some good discounts right now.
We hope to see as many of you as possible in Sydney, and we wish you a happy Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine Day.
Yeah. And I think now we have created a lot of suspense regarding the winner. So we have a winner
yes.
right now with us. Yeah. The
Please
lucky
announce it.
person.
I forgot it.
Yes, would you like to?
The winner,
So,
I will
would you like to announce?
Okay, the winner is Nazira San. Dr. Nazira San is a PRM physician from Malaysia. So I wish Nazira can actually attend the meeting in Sydney, and we'll have the chance to attend also the ultrasound course. So congratulations to Nazira, and I think we can finish, or I forget something else.
No, we are just about the end of our session. Congratulations, Azira, on winning this amazing opportunity to learn ultrasound from the very best from all around the world on this congress. I mean, all the people who are like best at musculoskeletal ultrasound, they come and teach in this specific workshop on ultrasound. So you will have an amazing time over there. Yeah, so I mean, that's your cue to come to Sydney next year.
Good day to all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, happy International PRM Day. And it was really nice seeing you guys over here, and hope to see you all in Sydney next year.
Bye-bye.